County. Time to give you a little sand, a.k.a. silly-ass news. These are the stories that just make you say, what is going on? Okay, let's start with Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola vending machines apparently are being banned in a North Carolina county because of Coke's criticism of Georgia's new voting law. Now, this is just simple right here. Commissioners in Surry County are unhappy with the Atlanta company and are banning its machines in county-owned buildings. Surry County Commissioner said in a letter that millions of Americans believe the last presidential election was not held in a fair manner, and that more voter fraud will occur in the future if elections are not closely monitored and regulated. So moving forward, no more Coca-Cola.
They only complain when they lose.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's like, what they think that's about to do to Coca-Cola.
Well, it's okay because Pepsi has the hip-hop, people that like Drakes and stuff like that. So it's okay if y'all take the Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
They'll be all right.
Yeah,
Trust
I
me.
think Coca will be fine.
They will be fine.
But we hear you, Surry County. Moving on, in Pride Sand, a group of boaters were enjoying their time on the water and happened to have a pride flag waving, right, when they got circled by another boat. Now, at first they're thinking it's love and support, like, hey,
throw your flags up. Hey.
Well, then they started getting middle fingers, and the people on the other boat started shouting homophobic slurs, giving them the finger.
Wow.
Now, so they, of course, pull out their cameras to film these haters. Well, as they're pulling out the cameras, suddenly the haters' boat burst into flames, causing them to jump off. Help us, we're burning, shouted the woman who had flipped her middle finger at them moments earlier. Well, thankfully, the Pride group pulled the burning boat occupants to safety, but then sped away before calling 911.
I wouldn't have helped them at all.
I would have right in the water.
I would have started in the water. Like, let's add some more water to y'all. No.
Sometimes when something bad like that happens, you'd be like, God did that. You just got to let it happen.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You see how y'all burning right there? That's how y'all going to burn in hell for bothering them for no reason.
So rude. Karma is a
Stupid.
bitch.
Good for y'all.
Last but not least, police officers were in for a shock when they responded to an early Wednesday morning traffic accident in Utah between a four-door sedan and a semi-truck. Well, what was even more shocking is the driver and passenger in the car were both children.
What?
Apparently, a 9-year-old girl and her 4-year-old sister snagged the keys to the family car while their parents were sleeping because they wanted to swim in the ocean. So they were headed to California. They had made it about 13 miles of the 700-mile trip they had planned before slamming head-on into a semi-truck. Now, thankfully, there were no injuries. Police believe it's because the girls remembered to put their seatbelts on. But can you imagine what would happen if your parents had to come pick you up?
Yeah, they wanted
and you in the driver's seat.
They wanted to do hood rat shit with their friends.
Them kids would have been like, if that was me, I would have been safer in jail. Because I would rather just deal with all the stuff that goes on in jail and in prison than deal with my parents.
These little kids are bold. How old was the youngest one?
4.
I would have been like, she did it.
So was the 4-year-old working the pedal and the 9-year-old was steering? Like, how was this even
Little
working?
rascals, right? They had the jacket over the both of them.
I'm an adult.
We are the Morning Hustle.